What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-Hop Radio shouting as always. I got my podcast partner off in this thing, OG Gangsta Wicked, a ghetto mafia.
Ow.
Oh my God. So now this time you lotioning up, that's what you
Yeah.
You lotioning up this time before the show starts.
You got on me about, doing my face and stuff, so I said,
Because you were doing that old mama stuff, licking your face and
I
stuff.
can't have ashy elbows be out, so at least I got the elbows.
Well, I'm glad you got your act together, man. I mean, your shirt, I love the shirt even though it's hurting my eyesight.
Oh my God, I can't win for losing.
Maybe I need some shades in here because the nigga shirt too goddamn loud. I'm the only one that got on no shades.
I wonder what you about to say about our guest then, because he got a loud ass shirt, and then it's Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh. Who do we got in the building, man?
Man, we got my homie, man, from, from kindergarten. I used to beat him up all the time, man. Dexter Tucker,
what
I'm saying?
What up, though, Dex?
What's up, man? I done made it. I made it up here with B-High and lying ass Wicked. Not like a Wicked lie, boy. When Wicked tell a lie, boy, he take it to the fourth level.
Yes, sir.
I mean, talk to me, though, Dex. With you and Wick growing up together on this east side, man, I mean, how did y'all relationship start, and how have y'all been able to stay partners all this damn time?
Man, believe it or not, I thought Wicked and Nino was crazy as hell. Me and Big D was partners, so
yeah.
He brought me around them. But them cats, they music was so hard. I was like, these little niggas for real. But then we got the joking and stuff, and I found out Wicked was a good guy, and I still think Nino crazy. Shouts out to Nino.
Up, no, Nino.
But yeah, we've been partners ever since, man. We have a lot of fun.
I can dig it. I mean, from the comedy standpoint and side of things, man, can you talk about just comedy and how that's been for you out here in these streets, making folks laugh and just entertainment in general?
Man, to be honest with you, I got into comedy because, of course, my brother was doing it.
That's right.
And really, only thing I ever envied from my brother was he get to travel all over the place and they pay for it.
Yeah.
So I actually got into it on a dare because I used to run the comedy club. I ain't started doing comedy till later on. And I used to run the comedy club when we had Chris Tucker's Comedy Cafe down there. And everybody was like, man, you a fool. You need to get up there. I was like, yeah, what up, nigga? But then when they closed the club, comedian Lester Bibbs, he dared me to go on the trip with him to Florida. He was like, man, come on down here. You do 5 minutes. I'm going to give you $500. We're going to have a good time. I said, 5 minutes, $500, go to Florida for free? Bet. So I went down there and I did it with him. And after that, I just kind of caught the bug.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to give myself 4 or 5 years. If I ain't good enough to start making money with it by then, I just, because I never stopped working. I was always in trucking, trucking business. I had trucks, I owned trucks.
Yes, sir.
So that's what I always been doing. But then I started doing it and taking it serious, and the years started racking up, and then, vet now.
Yeah.
So I really turn down more shows than I do because I got so much other stuff going on. But when it's attractive offer, I still do a lot of comedy. I probably never quit doing comedy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dick, I wanted to, I'm glad B.I. brought up the, the comedy circuit, what's going on what's going on out here. With Will Smith, with Dave Chappelle, what just happened, Dave Chappelle, I don't know if you know about it because you'd be so busy trying to come, but somebody ran up on stage. With, what's going on how do you feel about what's going on with comedy right now on that aspect? Is it something that's making you say, you know what, maybe I don't even...
Nah.
I don't want to do it, or hey, I need to take extra precaution because if a fool run up on me, it's gonna be this kind of way. Has it changed the way you approach the stage in any kind of way?
Well, I've been out there for a while and I've seen it several times when people get in their feelings and they get drunk and they want to get on the stage and stuff. It happens, but us comedians, we're gonna stick together. So we done had to monkey stomp a couple of people over the years. I'm with the shits, what I'm saying? I don't care, because you ain't finna just run up on me or none of my partners. So, I mean, if I see something out the corner of my eye, I might pay a little more attention now, but I don't think it's gonna get no worse than it's already been. It's just, you just haven't been hearing about it. But when it happened on national television and what happened to somebody as big as Dave Chappelle, yeah, you're gonna hear about it. But yeah, it's been happening. People get drunk in the comedy club.
Yeah.
They get drunk. They come drunk because they come to have a good time. Then they make you drink.
Yep.
2 item minimum.
Right.
And everybody can't handle their liquor. And some of these comedians, they hit folks in their soul. Now, I don't do that. Only way I'm going to even talk about, because I go up there, I know what I'm going to say, these subjects I'm trying to stick to. And the only way I'm going to get on somebody hard is if they're disrupting the show so bad that they done threw me off.
Yeah.
Right.
So now, okay, you want to be part of the show? I'm finna let you be part of the show. And that's the only way I'm going to do that. So I don't know. It's a lot of comedians. I'm surprised ain't nobody jumped on that.
Well, you got artists like T.I. I be telling some jokes here and there. I don't call you nice and be like, Dick, give me a joke, man. I can say on B Hot Show, blah blah blah. Told us about, is it as easy as people think it is, like rappers like us to just, you've been living 30, 40 years, and next thing you know, you wake up, hey, I'm going to be a comedian. I'm going to be funnier than Dexter Tucker. I'm going to be funnier than Chris Tucker. I'm going to be funnier than Martin Lawrence. Is it just that easy to be able to do?
No. It ain't. I mean, you got to, because I never even came into the game saying I'm going to be the funniest comedian ever, because I was like, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing, my other things that I'm doing. Being the best comedian ever was never my goal, was never my dream. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of the things I wanted to do. Really, I wanted to get to the movies. But if you want to do and be the best, this got to be what you do. All you do. Like Dave Chappelle, that's all he does. If T.I. want to do comedy, he just want to be a good comedian, he could be a good comedian. But he ain't going to be the best unless your mindset got to be so on that shit every day. Your improvisation got to be so dope. And it's just a whole different mindset. And then you can't beat experience. You can't fake it. You got to do that shit a lot to have that stage presence to where nothing can break you and know, like if they want you to do a church show, they want you to host the Oscars, they want you to be outside and everybody came to see this act, but then you got to go up there and then everybody come see you.
Right.
So you still got to be funny, and that right there takes skill and it takes years to get there. So now you can go up there and try to do 5 minutes, but nah, when it comes to controlling that crowd in any situation, that's a skill that you can't fake.
So how did you feel? Take us back to when you saw, because we hadn't seen you since the slap. When you first saw that, what was your first initial? I know you don't probably have mixed feelings since then. But what was your first initial reaction? If Dexter Tucker is sitting out there with his wife, what's up, Miss Tucker? But if Dexter Tucker sitting there with his wife, and that same thing had played out, maybe she had something that we didn't know about, a cancer or lupus or something, and Chris Rock had said the same thing about Dexter Tucker's wife, what would your response would have been?
Knowing me, I'm slow to just jump because I already know as a black man, we train to be slow to jump. That's why you see more women fighting than men in clubs and in the streets and stuff, because we know once it's on with us, somebody might die, somebody going to prison.
Yeah.
So I probably would have sat back and been like, okay. And if I even tried to jump up, my wife would have been like, no, you ain't finna do this.
I'm with you
right now. So later on when I saw him, I probably would have smacked him.
Right, okay.
There's plenty of time to smack him. Them cats were friends, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Will Smith put Tony Rock on that show. We put him on.
That
first show he was on with Dwayne Martin.
See, okay, a lot of people didn't know that.
And that's why Will smacked somebody who he knew wasn't going to smack him back. He wouldn't have smacked Steve Harvey. He wouldn't have smacked Dave Chappelle. He wouldn't have smacked nobody else but Chris Rock.
Because that was his partner.
And he knew he wasn't going to do that. Chris is timid and skinny, and he wasn't gonna do nothing.
Wow.
You think he would have slapped Steve Harvey?
I don't think. I think that at that particular moment, the world was kind of weighing on him. He had been chumped out by so many different people. I think that he might have tried anybody right then and there.
Nah, he saw the perfect.
He might have got whooped. Behind, but I think at that moment he was when you get fed up, you've been going to school, you've been getting bullied, and then once you get bullied by the bully,
we done seen the lamest nigga whoop a bully's ass.
Exactly.
When he get fed up.
Once you just get fed up, you like, you know what? I'm gonna take the biggest one so that all the rest of these little ones that don't start at messing with me, they'll stop.
Well, that's a real person. But he didn't do that. He took the littlest one. He took the littlest one. So he knew Chris didn't roll with no posse. You know what I'm saying? He knew that. He wouldn't have slapped my brother.
You want to? Yeah, we know
My
that.
brother would have fought that. He would have fought him, but he couldn't come back home. He ain't no chuck. He would have fought him.
Well, Dexter, man, let's get back to the comedy itself. You what you over there doing?
No, I'm just laughing because you always acting a damn fool, man, and I'm just enjoying the show too. Can I enjoy the show while I'm in it?
I want to talk to you about your brother and Ice Cube. They were going to. I was hearing rumors about another Friday. It got everybody in the uproar. You saw it all on the internet, and then I think what's the name had died, Tiny. And Witherspoon had wind up passing. You know, for the people out there that that follow Friday, that the cult following that it has, does Dexter Tucker think that there will be another Friday? And if you think it's a possibility, do you think your brother would be in it?
Well, from what I heard, and last time I asked him, and I ain't asked him no more after that, he told me no. he told me no. He's like. New Line didn't want to give Ice Cube the money to do it. So they've both moved on, man, and everybody else need to move on too.
Yeah.
On that Friday thing, man. They done enough of that. But I did ask him, did he tell DC Fly that? And he said, yeah, he did say it.
Now, what did he, for people that don't know, because, what did he tell DC Fly?
He told him the only way he'll do another Friday is if DC Fly played his son.
Oh.
Because if he did another Friday, he would want to be this Get High Smokey. He would want to be the grown Smokey, and DC Fly can do that or whatever. And that would make a good storyline. That's probably what he had in his head anyway. But I don't think they're gonna do it. I hope they do it with some other guys, some other characters. But Chris getting too old for that. He don't want to do that.
Right. So what? So Dexter, you was in Money Talks, right? Correct.
Yeah, briefly.
Briefly, but you still was in it.
I was in there.
And you was in Dead Presidents, right?
No,
you was in. It was Rush. You was in one of the Rush Hours. Was it Rush Hour with Jackie Chan?
I was just in Money Talks.
That was it.
That was the only one I did.
What was it like back then, man? Because y'all had Decatur. You went to Columbia High School. And we all from the hood, man, to seeing, you and your brother, you got the comedy club down there, seeing your brother on the big screen like that. What was it like back then for y'all as the whole Tucker family? Because all of y'all, even Papa Tuck, R.I.P. Papa Tuck, which a lot of y'all, that's where y'all get it from. I know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what was it like for the family, watching your young brother go up through there just like this?
Man, it really was a shock. He was always funny. Like, the whole family was crazy. Joning was what we did in the neighborhood, indicator in school and everything. And he came up behind everybody else, and he was always the funniest to us and my cousin Yogi. My cousin Yogi probably was the funniest. Shout out to Yogi, R.I.P. Yogi. Everybody know Yogi. He went to Rita but Yogi and then Chris they were the funniest ones in the family. But when he decided he wanted to do this, like in high school, he would host the talent shows, and he was good. And then as soon as after high school, that's all he wanted to do. That's all he ever did. He was down in the comedy club, the comedy act, and we'd go down there and support him all the time. And he was just good. And then all of a sudden, he had an opportunity to move to L.A. This girl he was dating, her dad lived in L.A., and he had an opportunity to move to L.A., so he went. And shoot, we were shocked. We were shocked. We didn't, man, I didn't dream like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a lawyer. I went to Morehouse College right out of high school. I wanted to do something practical. I ain't dream like that. I dream like that now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But the first Def Jam was really when everybody was like, oh, shit. We knew he was funny, but and then timing was perfect for him, because like there's a lot of comedians out there now in Atlanta. Like Def Jam made a lot of people want to do comedy.
Right. They did.
And then after that you had Comic View, and they let damn near anybody on that.
Yeah.
Right.
I did that. A lot of people did that. Def Jam was different. Back then you didn't have a bunch of comedians in each city. You can go to each city and get the 4 or 5 best comedians. And then shoot a season of Def Jam. Now, if you come to Atlanta, it's 30 comedians here that's good enough to be on anybody's stage.
That's right.
top 30. And then there's another 20 who think they are, who can get you 5.
Yeah.
But it's 30 who deserve it. So, yeah, the timing was perfect back then. And then when he ripped Def Jam twice, and then he started doing Def Jam tours, it was over there. And then Friday, man, Friday's going to forever be a classic. That first Friday. So, yeah, he was out of here then. So we were just proud of him, just happy for him.
Yeah, I saw on the internet the other day, 50 Cent, I think he had said something to either Oprah Winfrey or somebody about Monique, was saying that there was speculation that either Oprah and Tyler Perry had kind of, got in cahoots to kind of blackball Monique. That's what I heard. I don't know that to be true or not. My question to you would be, you do know Monique, right?
Yeah. I know.
Do you think that there's like feminism in comedy, like between men and women? Because I heard Cat Williams speaking on that one time that he was kind of mad about Haddish blowing up so fast when there was a lot of black women that had been grinding for so long and never got the chance, and she just came right in and took right off. Do you think that there's feminism in comedy? I saw an issue with T.I. too, checking a woman on stage about saying something about him, but he was,
Well, to me, I think it's easier for a female comedian to make it than a male because there's less of them that are funny and original. It's a whole lot less. There's a whole bunch of male comedians out there. But female comedians, I can count them on my hand, my favorites that are funny and original and not just straight vulgar and ignorant.
Right.
That are good.
But now, we thought the same thing about rap for a long time until the women kicked in the door. Now, if you look at it now, females are the one that's running rap. You have a daughter that raps. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Females are what's running. Once females got their opportunity, they kicked the door in and ran. You don't feel like that if they get their opportunity in comedy that they can take over the same way?
They get the opportunity. I don't see why they don't. I mean, they have all female tours. Like Samora, I just saw her in New York. Samora has been touring forever. She ain't stopped. And
but that's one woman. I mean, we need a farm system of black women that can.
The female queens of comedy. I mean, shout out to my girl Vanessa Fraction out there doing her thing. It's a lot of female. Dirty South is a legend doing her thing. Miss Pat blowing up right now. I want to think of these other girls there. I can't think of right now. But
Erica Duchess.
Erica Duchess is killing things right now. Yeah, they get theirs.
They get it. Yeah, Behind let me do the interview today, since you know what I'm saying. I'm just
letting you do what you're doing until you burn out, so I can ask them the real questions.
I'm in training. I'm in training right there, Dick. You know what I mean? But I want to talk. I want to talk to you too, also about. Me and Beehive are in a movie, Andre Rison movie that you helped produce. Mm-hmm. You ex-Kingpin, Big D. Big D was at. He said if you didn't say his name, he was coming up here. So.
Man, Big D, my partner. Got to shout out Jerry May too.
Yeah, Jerry May. You know what I'm saying? We did a small part in it, but when y'all try to tell us about the movie, me and Beehive be like this right here. We don't want to hear about it or see it until we see ourselves up there, because I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to see no clips from it.
The premiere's gonna be crazy. I can tell you that right there.
My God.
Tell us a little bit about it though, because since you are executive producer, you can talk about it.
Well, I will tell you this. It's about Andre Rison's life story.
That's the football player, right?
The football player Andre Rison will be in the Hall of Fame soon. He's Flint, Michigan, and his life story is very interesting and deep. You think you know his story because you heard about the left eye part. That's just a little small part of it. It's his life story, and it's music driven. It's a timepiece from him being a kid all the way growing up, and back when Atlanta was Atlanta. I was just talking about that in the 90s. Mm-hmm. A very hot period. Historic, man. It's like the Renaissance in Harlem. You can't redo it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that time period right there is big in it, and people gonna love it. They're gonna love it.
Wow.
I'm proud of it. We're very proud of it.
And when is this gonna drop?
It's dropping this summer. We have a premiere planned in July.
Okay.
Atlanta, Houston, and we're working on LA right now.
Is this gonna be a national movie, or this gonna be like an independent situation, like a lot of some of the other movies you've done?
Nah. This is big. This the biggest thing we've ever done, and we get bigger with everything we do. Like our next movies, we already got bigger budgets on plan, so it's been a process. But yeah, theaters ain't what they used to be. We could put them in theaters, but it's gonna make most of this money on streaming and
online now.
So the game has changed.
100%. Yeah.
Well, I got one more question, then I'm gonna turn it over to B-High because I know where he gonna go with it.
You don't know me, nigga.
My last one is you have been on my podcast before, but B-High has a much bigger podcast and he will let people know that.
Well, no, buddy, who helped you crank up your podcast and got that thing monetized?
You did, but I want you to tell me about the barbecue that you had your daughters there. And there was a friend of yours who had his son there, and he was talking about his little soldier or something.
Oh, man.
Tell us about that story.
You love that story, though.
I love it.
That's a true story. That was one of my first jokes, but it's a true story. Like, my daughters were little then, and like I had a neighbor. He had little boys, I had little girls. So, every man want a son, But he when he was talking to me, he would always be like, these my sons, yeah. That one right there, he gonna be a football player. These my little soldiers. I'd be like, yeah. He almost had me feeling bad.
I got 3 girls, so
I got 3 too.
Yeah.
So one day I'm in the backyard barbecuing. I hear a little scream on the side of the house. So I run around there, and my little girl was pistol whipping his little boy with a water gun around him.
What you told him, Dad? This little soldier.
I ain't never been so proud of my life. And it was his water gun. She took his water gun, pistol whipping the hell out of her. Woo! And then I had to pull off, and she skied him about 2 more times. She said, "You ain't no soldier."
Oh God!
Oh my God,
True
man.
story.
That almost killed me. How you gotta talk on that one? Right?
Okay, so now Dex acting in DMX final movie, man.
Yeah, man, that was an opportunity of a lifetime. Shout out my man Antonio Simmons out of Philly, executive producer. He called me and my partner Jerry May to help him because he wanted to shoot some stuff in Atlanta and in Miami. And when I found out what it was, after I talked to him, I was like, hey, I want to act in this joint, you know what I'm saying? I'm acting too. He was like, oh, yeah. So he put me in, and I did some scenes with DMX, and the movie is dope, the script is dope. And right after I did my scenes with DMX, that's when he died, man.
My God.
So it was like, I'm the last one to do a scene with him, like, fact. Like, Antonio Simmons will tell you, I'm the last one to do a scene with DMX. So they trying to finish the movie now. And he's determined to finish it. And when it come out, Dogman, they got a Facebook page, a website now, DOGGMENN, Dogman. Look out for that. Yeah, I'm co-starring with DMX in that. Yeah.
What went through your mind when DMX passed right after those final scenes that y'all shot, though, man?
Man, I couldn't believe it, man, because I had just got to know him, man, and we were kicking it, and we were shooting some pool and stuff in between scenes and got a chance to talk because that's one of my favorite rappers.
Okay, now.
One of my top favorite rappers, The Dog, man. I mean, when he was hot, he was hot. He was putting out all them albums back to back and all of them was jumping. DMX is definitely a legend. And I never forget, I told him I'm going to the store, can I get you anything? And he was like, bring me some 9-liters. 9-liters. Okay. So I'm get him some 9-liters. This hard nigga wants some 9-liters. I went to the store close to Jerry's house. There's this one store,
right?
And they had everything but damn 9-liters. I said, man, that man asked me for number one thing. I can't find the dog no 9-liters. So I tried to get every kind of candy in that motherfucker and hope that he was gonna like one of them.
Yeah.
Man, I told him, I gave him that bag and I said, man, I ain't had no 9-liters, but I got you this. He was like, that's all right. I said, damn.
X didn't eat nothing, he didn't eat nothing.
Now somebody else found him some 9-liters. And Lamb Taffies and everything.
It's all the same.
It ain't the same. It's not the same as a 9-liter, man.
In there.
Taffy and 9-liters are not the same thing.
What you think 9-liter is?
No, but it don't bite the same. The texture ain't the same. The flavor, that grape on a 9-liter is a different grape on taffy.
Well, I guess that's how he felt. Because he took that whole bag of candy and did it just like this.
I mean, that's something maybe we need to ask the people out there. Is taffy and now later the same thing?
damn
Shit is close
thing.
enough.
I'm gonna ask y'all come in on that.
I got everything else that was in there. Because I did not want to.
It ain't nothing like a noun. Ain't nothing like a noun later though.
I guess so.
They just like saying
I don't
that
eat
there's
that shit
something
no more.
that's close to a lemon head. It ain't lemon head. It got
Johnny
its
Apple
own-
Tree. Ooh.
You always
Next
like
question.
You always like the
next
knock
question.
They made by the same people.
That's what I'm saying. You get Johnny Apple Tree. They ain't got no limit there. So got some Johnny Apple Tree.
You can't fake Snicker bar.
Right,
Some
right,
stuff you can't fake.
right. That Three Musketeers don't work for me. It's too much.
What about the other documentary though, the Ball Like Me movie?
Now, Ball Like Me, man, that's special to me. It's a documentary, a sports documentary, reality about AAU basketball league in Chicago. The program called Ball Like Me, the teams, the Flames. My shout out to my Chauncey Jones. He's my wife's cousin actually, and he was telling me about his league for a couple of years, and he was telling me how he ran it, and I was like, well, so you just own the league and you get coaches to coach a different team? He's like, nah, I coach all my teams. From the 7, 8 all the way up to the ones in high school. And he's so serious about it. You know, he's a Chicago basketball legend. You know, won state championships and stuff, went to Alabama, played for Alabama, played some pro ball, played overseas. Now he's back in his neighborhood and he's helping the kids. You know, because Chicago is a rough place.
That's right.
And, you know, he's creating a safe haven for them. And I always liked the sports reality shows. Like, I watched all the Friday Night Tykes, Last Chance U. I love that shit. QB1, even Luke's show. Snoop had one. But they all did football.
Yeah.
And nobody had done basketball. So I'm executive producing that. They shooting right now, as a matter of fact. Shouts out to my boy Jay Deep up in Chicago. He got my crew working right now as we speak. And that's gonna be nice right there. I got a lot of interest in it already. So look out for Ball Like Me. It's gonna be on the network real soon. Yeah.
As a producer though, man, I mean, how do you like creating your own content at the same time?
Now, that is my dream.
Yeah.
That's my dream. I do a lot of stuff, but that's my dream. I love producing stuff because, like, coming up, I realized that everything we were watching is because we had no choice. You know what I'm saying? We watched all these white shows, we watched all these white movies, they made the best movies. We had no choice. So I always wanted to make stuff for us, by us, that tells our stories. And that right there, if I could do that for just that, that'd be a dream come true.
Exactly.
So I've been on that for probably the last almost 20 years trying to make that happen. Man, I shot a couple of movies. Like we got a movie out now, me and Jerry shot called Jimmy, Did You Get One? We got distribution on that. It's been out on Amazon and in Target stores for almost about 4 or 5 years, but it just put it on Tubi.
Gotcha.
It's on Tubi
Okay.
now. So, you know, we shot another movie called The Comedy Club. We shot a reality show. We shot a reality show on strippers years ago before that other stuff came out. We shot a reality show called Dream Girls of Atlanta and Strokers.
My God.
It never came out.
Damn.
So it's
We
not,
need that.
man, somebody did one.
Give me the footage.
But, oh, man.
Just give
And
me
it
a
was
pound on that.
good, too.
Just give me a pound on for being a dog ass.
It was good, too.
Me and we found something to do
I know
with
there's gonna be
it.
some girls and people involved in that's gonna remember that. Dream Girls of Atlanta, man. Shouts out to everybody that worked on that. And I mean, I say all that because like when all this stuff comes out this year, it's gonna look like overnight, but nah, it ain't been overnight. We've been grinding for some years.
Yes, sir. With your brother being Chris and y'all all growing up in that same house, what went through your mind when you realized that your brother had turned into a superstar and y'all all came out the same damn house?
Man, I was just happy for him. I thought he made it, we made it. But then I found out, nah, he made it. Everybody was coming at him so much, man, it wasn't even my style to come at him like that. He break me off like on Christmas or something like that. I ain't gonna say I ain't never get no nice Christmas.
Yeah.
But nah, nobody, he not taking care of me or nothing like that. You know,
Yeah.
I always still did my own thing. But you know, I'm just happy for him, man. I'd be happy for anybody that make it, man, because it just gives you the boost to know that you can make it too.
That's right.
So that's what it was, man. I was just happy for him.
How was it for you being his brother and then just seeing everything changing around y'all like that, though, at the same time, just with the notoriety and just folks being in y'all business and stuff every 5 minutes?
I mean, we got a bunch of new cousins we ain't know about. But I was like, we were always a popular family in the hood.
Yeah.
You know, I was always popular anyway. Like if I'm doing something, Wick knows if I'm doing something, I gotta tell them 2 days before. Cause
That's right.
If it get out, it's gonna be Freaknik. It's always been like that. So it wasn't a big change for me, per se, that when he blew up. Now to him it was because he can't really go nowhere. And that part I don't envy at all. Because I'm the cat. Drive downtown on Sunday in my vet, get out by myself, tailgate with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. I don't want to I can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Right.
I ain't never want to do that. I ain't never want to be that famous. I've seen it with him and other celebrities, and I don't envy that at all. That ain't my style.
How did that make you feel for your brother, though, when you realized that, damn, you went out here and became successful as hell, but it was a double-edged sword at the same time?
Yeah, I saw the good and the bad in it. I actually saw him get scared. He'll probably never admit it, but yeah, that first big check, yeah, he changed. We used to go out and have a good time, man. We used to tie these strip clubs up. We used to go on tour and have a good time, but he don't do none of that no more. I couldn't get him to go to Magic City to save my life right now. He ain't doing none of that. His favorite place is church and home, and yeah, he'll go to the house game. That's about it. He ain't doing none of that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. I get it though. I understand.
I wanted to ask you real fast. Sorry, behind.
Take your time.
You know, with Charlie Murphy, who has passed. You got like Tony Rock. Do you see yourself as like the next brother that's all the way up through there? Because you clearly have the talent. You know what I'm saying? And it's in the family. I mean, what's stopping Dexter from being the next Tony or the next Charlie Murphy or what's stopping you? Is it your commitment to it? You don't really want it that bad? It
is my commitment to it because I never moved to LA, and all of them did. And when you get out there, you get more exposure as far as television and stuff like that. But as far as just on this road doing the comedy, they all know who I am. All the comedians know who I am. Right. Because I've been out there a long time.
Absolutely.
And I can stand up on stage with any one of them cats, and I just said it. Yeah, I can, because I've been doing it a long time. I ain't no slow leak, but I just have my focus somewhere else right now. And that's cool, because I'm going to get where I'm going, where I want to be with this production. And once I start getting a little older, I start saying, all right, now, it's cool to be a jack of all trades. Yeah. And that's the good and the bad. Being a jack of all trades means you got multiple streams of income. You're never broke, because that's my biggest fear, being broke. I can't, boy.
I feel you.
Boy, I'll never want to be broke again. That was the most miserable time in my life. I felt like a slave. When I can't do what I want to do, go where I want to go, eat what I want to eat, I feel boxed in. My God. So that's why I always did a bunch of different things. But I started getting older, and I said, all right, now you got to start focusing on something, because you're getting older. And I chose the production. That's what I chose. So that's what I'm doing.
Gotcha. You got a daughter that's rapping right now. I'll tell the people.
Lil Star, shout out to Lil Star. Y'all go to @Lil-Star, LIASTARR, and check her out.
Now, as a father, and as a father that comes from a family that's already world renowned, what do you say to her so that she understands? Kids always think that we're a little slower than they are. All kids, it's not. We thought our parents didn't know stuff when we were young. Oh, yeah. They don't understand what's really going on out here. Right. So as a father, how do you make her understand? Hey, look, I'm riding with you on this rap thing, but this is how it has to be.
And let me compound that question with this: with you seeing what it did to your brother, do you want your daughter to go through the same thing?
I've thought about that, but the thing with her is she's a natural, B. She's natural. I'm gonna tell you how I found out that she was a natural. When my daddy died in 2016, Me and my brother went and cleaned out his house, and he had a bunch of stuff, and we trying to get rid of stuff, trying to do this, do that with it. And he had a keyboard in there, one of them Casios, kind of big one. And I took it home. I took a lot of stuff, put it in my garage. So she went out there and got that keyboard, and I put it out there on a Friday. I came home from work on a Monday. She said, "Daddy, listen to this." And she started playing the keyboard and singing that Adele song.
Oh, my
She
God.
was playing the shit and singing it at the same time. And I'm like, I said, well, wait a minute, because I know I ain't paid for no piano lessons.
That's right.
right.
I said, how did you learn how to do that? She said, she started laughing at me. She said, the internet.
That internet is a motherfucker.
I said, shit. Everybody can't do that.
Come
I
on.
can't do that.
Come
Everybody
on.
can't do that. I took her the next day. That weekend, I took her to my partner house who has a studio. Shout out to Joe Bean.
Yes, sir.
And his brothers and all them being down there in the studio. I said, man, show her how to lay tracks. I said, sit down with him. He showed her. She sat down with him about 2 hours. I went to the store. I started barbecuing. I fired up the grill. I said, stay in there.
Yeah.
She showed him how to lay tracks. He showed her how to lay tracks. And that Christmas, I bought her a whole studio. I ain't never had to push her. She goes in there, she puts it down, she stays in there. She was already smart as hell, straight A student. She about to graduate from Clark, Atlanta right now. She went in there and she started making songs. She started producing her own shit. She go on that internet and she learned, and then I get my partners that know how to do stuff, show her how to do that, show her how to do that. And man, she just flew off with it. And you can Google her and go on all the streaming networks. I always listen to SoundCloud, but she's on all of them. And she got 2 whole albums on there and a whole nother 4 songs, like 20 songs on there.
My God.
And she produced 90% of that. And my boy Napoleon, shout out to Nap. Nap produced a few songs on there. But man, she just a natural. So I couldn't stop her if I wanted to. So I just try to stay close to her and guide her and help her and keep her positive and stuff. You know, she gonna stay positive. She ain't out there ratchet. She ain't out there all that, you know. Her favorite word is bitch, though. I was like that. I was trying to stop her at that. I let her do her thing. But to me, like I took her to, the first people I took her to that I knew that was in the industry that can make something happen, I took her to Brian Michael Cox. He said, she's dope. He said he ain't seen nobody like that since Missy Elliott.
My God.
Now that's high praise. And then I took her to Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu said the same thing. He said, man, she dope. He said she about 2 years away from blowing up. Mind you, that was 2 years ago.
Come on now.
She ready. She ready right now. So, you know, I'm working out with my man at the XOD Network, Dominique. Shouts out to Dominique at the XOD Network. And he's about to shoot a special on me, too.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a comedy special with him. And then he wants me to do like a comic view. He wants me to host. But he has a deal with Sony, and he said he's going to do her a mixtape and distribute it through Sony. So
That's hard.
she's still a free agent. Shout out to Toomp. I saw you on here. I
What up, though, Toomp?
I want her to work with Toomp and people like that, you know, get some more. Because a lot of stuff she did herself. And she's still new to producing. She only been producing like 5 years, like 4 or 5 years. So Toomp will set her off.
Yes, sir.
Right now.
Yes, sir. Lastly, man, what else you got coming down the pipe in this thing that we need to be looking out for? And then what do you want to tell your people that's been rocking with you? But let me just stop, rewind, and give it back to
I
Will.
have one more question for him.
Then come on with it, man.
Before you wrapped it up, you know, we got to talk about too, like.
Yeah, no, we do need to talk, and I hope you want to talk with these. I hope you want to talk with these when we talk too.
That you is, you know what I'm saying. But this, I want to ask you about you, like you said.
He brings out the worst in me.
Understand them with that.
Dexter, who, and besides your brother, you know, besides you know, somebody, you know, who would you say right now is your favorite comedian as just a fan? Like people ask me a lot of times, well, who is my favorite rapper? I say I have a favorite rapper as a rap fan and as a rapper, and people don't understand that. My favorite rapper ain't the same one as a fan that it is as rap go. As a fan, I would pay money to go see Fabo. You understand what I'm saying? But as favorite rapper goes, I would say it's a toss-up between maybe Wayne and probably Pac as my favorite rapper, but I'm not clamoring to go see Lil Wayne in a concert and
You
just sit up there going back and forth.
You don't want to be in there with the rest of his fans.
Exactly. So that's why I asked you, who would be your who is Dexter's go-to guy when it comes to comedy? You got Popcorn, you got the wife. Who we throwing on?
Man, I've never missed anything Dave Chappelle has done. I think he's a genius. And I try to take his advice. Because Dave Chappelle, one thing he said that I thought was brilliant, and I was trying to be funny the whole time I was up there. He said, you don't have to be funny the whole time you're up there. You just got to be interesting. And I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's what he does. He's interesting. He'll slow it down and talk to you, and everybody's like,
right.
Now that's genius right there. If you can master that, but it's a bunch of bad cats, man. I'm gonna shout out my Atlanta cats, man. My boys, K-Dub and
what up, though, Dub?
Double D, Sherman Golden, Henry Welch,
Welch.
Doodoo Brown.
Come on,
Dirty South. These are legends that's out here in these streets. And my Chicago people, J Deep and D Ray and Damon Williams and all them. Corey Holcomb, a fool.
Yeah, that nigga's crazy.
JB Smooth, my man, and my boy Lester Bills. Legends like that, man. I go see them cats when they come through town. I'm getting up, I'm going to see them. Michael Blackston.
Yes, sir.
All these cats are good friends of mine. So, yeah, it's a lot of good comedians out there.
Who do you think out of all of them that you just named? I've been seeing Smooth on a lot of those DraftKings or some commercials.
Yeah, Smooth them blew.
Yeah, he has. And you know, your boy that we went to see, the D Ray. You know, he done been in a few movies. But who you think is the next one out of all y'all, that whole batch, to go to that Chris Tucker, that Chris Rock level? Who's the next one?
You got some comedians that they can do comedy for the rest of their lives and they don't have to do nothing else, which is great. That's your dream. That's great. Then you got some that's gonna cross over into acting and do really big things. Now, if all of them can't act. So
okay.
I really don't know who's gonna cross over. Probably
so
me.
That's a good answer.
I take my acting serious. Plus, I'm producing. I can put myself in anything I want.
Come on now.
You don't let me and Beehive manage you when you start to go all the way up there.
See, you can't wait till somebody blow up and then try to
manage their ass.
That ain't how it's work.
So I gotta stay there on the grind. I put my work in.
No, you gonna go where I go. Did you just get a part of my movie? There you go. That's how that works.
Come on.
Oh man, it was great talking to you, man. Behind, you got anything else you want to ask Dexter?
I mean, my main thing is that when it comes to this comedy, what has been your favorite time doing it as well, though, man? When you look over that time,
the beginning.
Yeah.
Back when I would get in the car and go get $300 out of South Carolina, North Carolina, hit all them little spots, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. And then once I started getting flew out places, that's a new word, flew out. Right?
Flew out?
Flew out. Once I started getting flew out, at the beginning of that was fun too. And then after that, it starts to be like work. To me, it was because I was leaving a job to go into doing it. But if it's all I did, I could see, how it's the best job in the world if that's your dream to do it. Yeah, but the beginning was real fun.
Being able to see your brother blow and seeing both sides of it at the same time, how did that impact you as far as comedy and wanting to chase your dream? With you knowing both sides of it, did it change how you felt about it in any way?
Yeah, it definitely changed how I felt about it. I wasn't just like, I just gotta be the best. I gotta do it because I was like, I seen it. My brother was the best at one point.
Yeah,
and that wasn't the be all end all, to his happiness,
So what goes through y'all mind when you see that though? Because at the end of the day, that's what everybody's chasing. Everybody want to be the GOAT. Everybody want to be at the top.
Some of these comedians got to be realistic with themselves anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could be you could be a good comedian, which means you could put me on the show and know I'm going to do a good job. But I ain't no Dave Chappelle. I ain't no Chris. I ain't no Kevin Hart. And a lot of these comedians, you got to be realistic with yourself. You can be a service comedian and do this for the rest of your life, but it's other things you could do in show business as well.
But see, my question is the end all be all, the happiness. See, folks feel like if they get there, it's gonna fulfill them and make them so goddamn happy.
Right.
For you to be able to have a bird's eye view of what the hell's going on and seeing it for yourself. How did that change your perspective on life in general? Because it wasn't getting no bigger than your brother, but then you could see it. So you didn't have to deal with it. You could just see it. How did it change your perspective of life?
Like I said, I never envied the fact that the fame where he couldn't go places and people would get on his nerves.
Yeah.
Like, he's not always in a good mood. You know what I'm saying?
Is.
So you running up on him and he can't be rude because now he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Because he don't want to take a picture with you and you done grabbed him and he did like this.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? That's still a human being.
Yeah.
So now I never envy none of that.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in Hollywood that, you know, you hear about.
Yeah.
And I seen some of it just being with him.
Mm.
And I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? You lose a lot of respect for a lot of people because you ain't know they was like that.
Yeah.
And but I think you should be happy. Nobody else make you happy. You make yourself happy. If somebody's making you sad, get away from them.
That's right.
They bring you down, get away from them. But your happiness need to come from inside. And getting a lot of money not gonna make you happy if you're not already happy.
Come on.
A lot of people see you say that louder right there because sometimes I be believing that. I be like, you know, if I get this amount of money, I have a goal, a financial goal. If I get this right here, I guess after that day I'm gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
nah,
money don't.
It's just like if you hit the lottery right now, it's best don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Because if you keep that money and it made you comfortable, that's fine. But if everybody else know, man, they gonna bug shit out of you.
Yeah.
And then if you tell them no, you're gonna fall out with them, and it's gonna be family and people been your friends since elementary school, and that money bring a whole lot of more problems to it.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to be the one that I ain't gonna be the one that's asking. I know how to go get some money, you know. So, yeah, you gotta be happy first, man. No woman can't even make you happy. You gotta be happy first.
You gotta be
happy.
And you can't make her happy if you ain't happy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I already know what Wick gonna do. He gonna try to go get new women.
You know that when he go
Hating all
a
out
new
his
show,
life.
he gonna start his own show.
I got one on my mind right there. She know who she is.
And no, she don't love him. She just wanted money.
She know she got her own money, and she can rap. She can dance, sing, play basketball, do clothes, hair, lawyer,
And get what
doctor. She can all
gonna keep
that.
her money and spend yours. Because that's what they do.
She gonna be spending beehives because I'm gonna be getting loans
Oh
from
no,
beehives to take
buddy,
care
you
of.
know I ain't got no money.
Spending my money.
Hell,
Here's
shit,
mine.
we
I
both
heard you a family man.
Exactly, I'm a whole family man in this
You're raising
thing.
yours.
Yeah, 4 kids, 3 girls, and a boy. It ain't never enough money for all these Negroes. It's never enough money. I don't care how much money you make.
I had a countdown on for my daughters to get grown.
Come on.
They still call me when they need it. It don't matter.
And a countdown on.
Oh, yeah. I had the
Lastly,
clock
though,
ticking.
Dex, how can these folks contact you if they need to holler at you, man?
You can contact me on my IG at Dexter Tucker _1. I think my website's still up. I'm pretty sure. Shout out Deonde. She handles all my stuff. Deonde Cole Quit. Keyona Management. DexterTucker.com. It's still up. My Facebook probably full. Dexter Tucker. Just Google me, man. Google me.
They can just call, or y'all can just call Wick. I'll just send your
Call
money, send your money,
Don't send no money.
everything
Send
to
them
me.
deposits. Send all the deposits.
To me and me. Send the money to me
Now
and
leave me out of it, because this nigga's a
We
shooter. Leave me out of it.
The first couple of no-shows, I know not to send you no more money. If it ain't me or Deonde, don't you do it?
Come on now.
Yeah, y'all send it to me. I'll make sure Dexter Tucker gets it. I will make sure he's there. But you need to send me your riders too, because somebody asked me about you not too long ago. We want shrimps. We want wings, liquor.
You know how they say we.
And we gonna sit it right there, man. Be High Radio Shout at OG Gangsta Wicked, Dexter Tucker. Holla at y'all in a minute, man. We go.